So there's this trend going around, and I bet you've seen it, right? It's this woman sitting with her dog. She's holding a treat, and the dog just waits, right? Patient. He's calm. He's not grabbing. He's not biting. He's not taking what isn't his. He's not whining because the treat provoked him by just existing in front of him, just waiting until he's told he can have it, right? This is actually about self-control and accountability. And women are actually putting right in the caption, right? If a dog can do this, like, a man can do this too, right? The comment sections, oh my God, the comment sections. I had to sit down. I went through hundreds of comments, hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I decided to narrow it down to the top 8 types of comments. So let's talk about all the people missing the damn point, okay? Here's what we got. Number 1, you have the blame the mother crowd, okay? These men see a video about adult men needing self-control and they immediately go, so moms failed. Why is your first instinct to blame the mother? It's 2025, not all men, right? Plenty of men actually raise their children either in an intact family or even a separated family. Why do men think that men have no role as fathers? It's weird. Also, entitlement isn't inherited through breast milk, okay? It's a socialized thing. It's in the system that men created, that men benefit from and uphold. And here's the part that none of them seem to want to admit. When men behave badly, we blame moms, right? Well, when women behave badly, we blame women. Men are the only group who somehow never get held responsible for men. It's weird. It's not a woman's job specifically to teach self-control to men. And the parents that are actually trying to teach it, they're working against the patriarchy. Like, that's not a small task, okay? Now, number 2, you've got the men who accidentally compare themselves to stray dogs. It was wild how many people said this. People would comment, well, this dog is trained, right? If it was a stray dog, then it wouldn't behave. So what I'm hearing is you think that grown men have the self-control of an unvaccinated alley animal, right? You really just said that with your whole chest on the internet for everyone to see, and you thought you made a point. If a literal animal can override its instinct, then men can override entitlement, especially since entitlement is learned. They can unlearn it. Now, number 3, the not all dogs, not all men guys, right? These were hilarious to me. These are the ones writing paragraphs like, not all dogs have self-control. Some dogs bite. So do some men. That's the point. Face first, right into the point as usual. If you can't understand this obvious metaphor, it's because you don't want to. And the best part is they'll actually empathize with a hypothetical dog before they empathize with the woman holding it. These men are never going to argue, not all men, whenever women point out male harm, right? But the second that the metaphor shifts to dogs, suddenly they're totally comfortable saying, not all dogs are good, some bite. You can handle the idea of bad dogs, but not the idea of harmful men? Wake up, my guy, wake up. Now, number 4, you've got the men who pretend this is about parenting, right? Suddenly they're all, parents need to teach boys better. No. Stop talking about grown men like they're toddlers, right? Like their parents just didn't teach them. It's just they're acting like little boys. When men are uncomfortable with accountability, they often just regress themselves into little children so they don't have to take responsibility. It is actually amazing. It's astounding how fast grown men become confused little boys the second accountability enters the chat. Number 5, you've got the this is stupid men, right? The trend is completely stupid. They're only going to call something stupid when it's uncomfortably accurate. If a dog waiting for permission exposes you, it's not the trend that's stupid, right? What they mean is, I don't like what this is revealing about me. It's giving Andrew Wilson spiraling when Charlie called out the fact that he doesn't live by his own rhetoric, and he resorted to name-calling and saying she was stupid, among other things, right? Among all the things that he called her. Now, number 6, the real men don't do this deflectors. These ones are truly one of my favorite, right? Because they say things like, a real man would never hurt a woman. I literally just made a video on this the other day. Yeah, real men hurt women. They're not monsters, they're not boys, and they're not possessed by biology. They are men who know exactly what they are doing. And calling harmful men not real men, it actually is just another way to protect and enable them and infantilize them, which is ridiculous. Number 7, and I got to give it to the women here, right? This group I'm going to call the women who get it instantly. Women actually don't argue about the metaphor because they live it, right? We've all been told that our whole lives we need to be managing men's feelings and their reactions and their moods and their impulses. Women have to deal with male entitlement, and we've been doing that since what, friggin' puberty? So when they see a dog show more self-control than a grown man, it's not shocking at all, right? It's Tuesday. And no metaphor is perfect, but the only people demanding perfection from this one are the men who feel so exposed by it. If it was actually a bad metaphor, women wouldn't understand it immediately. The only reason that men are ripping it apart is because it lands and that hurts. Now, my last category, number 8, really it's the people who prove the entire point in the comment section. Now, the song for this trend is Labor, which I think is perfect because the comments are basically a masterclass in emotional labor, right? The men arguing in all of these comment threads are doing the exact thing that the trend is calling out: avoiding accountability, blaming women, blaming mothers, blaming biology, comparing themselves to street animals, anything, literally anything to avoid accountability, to avoid saying, yes, men should have self-control. You cannot convince me that men are logical or that men are leaders while simultaneously arguing against the fact that women are saying that men should and can have self-control. And men are desperately, and pathetically trying to say that they don't have it. The wildest part is that men do understand consent perfectly when it benefits them. They only pretend to be confused when a woman sets a boundary. Men understand consent the second that they're in a locker room. Now, this trend works because the reaction is the evidence, right? The dog isn't the one telling on anyone. The comment section is.